Shooting 1,000 yards for your first time is always a really cool experience. And to steal a line from my buddy Hootie Hoo, this is about to be a really fun video. In this video, we're going to take a look at my 5 favorite guns to bring to the range. Not necessarily my 5 favorite guns of all time, or my 5 favorite guns of a particular time period, just my 5 favorite guns to bring to the range. And oddly enough, this whole thing was brought about because I bought a new truck. I went down to Town & Country Ford and bought a new Ford F-250 Tremor. Turns out some of the guys are fans of the channel and wanted to go shooting. On top of that, turns out they have a YouTube channel as well, so figure we both go out and film the whole thing and make some YouTube videos. They already have a video up on their channel about my new Ford Tremor and their day at Rockford Gun Club. There's going to be a link in the description to their channel. Go over and check it out, and if you're into really cool Ford trucks, be sure to subscribe because they've always got some awesome stuff coming up on their channel. Normally, whenever we go shooting, we're shooting whatever we're currently reviewing. And I love that because we're always trying to bring you guys the coolest, hottest stuff on the market currently to find out if it lives up to the hype. But on this range day with Town & Country Ford, it gave me somewhat of a unique opportunity to just bring out the 5 guns that I think are the most enjoyable to shoot. And I would say the most impressive to shoot because these guys don't get to go shooting as often as I do. I don't know many people that go shooting as often as I do. So we're going to count them down for you right now. All right, coming in at number 5 on my top 5 favorite guns to bring to the range and shoot has got to be a really good 5.56, and I currently can't think of a better 5.56 than the CZ Bren 2. This is almost one of these guns you just have to hold and handle to really appreciate. It's so lightweight, yet so robust and so well built. All the controls are just perfectly placed in the right spot. Of course, 5.56 has super low recoil, so it's fun to shoot and it's super accurate. We have run the tar out of mine, multiple suppressors, shot it out to 700 yards, and this thing never fails to impress. There are a lot of really good 5.56s on the market right now, but if you ask me my favorite, it is going to be the CZ Bren 2. So that's why when I want to bring a really good and enjoyable to shoot 5.56 to the range, it's going to be the CZ Bren 2. Alright, so next up on the list, number 4, we are going with a bolt action 300 Blackout. And my favorite one to date is the JTAC Industries Elf Owl. And to me, that is what is so much fun about a 300 Blackout bolt action. Did you catch that hang time out to 300? Now, to some of you, this pick might be a big surprise, but if you're into suppressors, you guys know what I'm talking about. There is nothing better than 300 Blackout suppressed. And when you can take it a step further and put it in a bolt action, thus eliminating the noise from the semi-automatic, you have a super quiet yet effective round. The Elf Owl from JTAC Industries capitalizes on all the great things about 300 Blackout. You have a 9-inch barrel, which gives you full powder burn in 300 Blackout. It's ultra compact, collapsed. It is less than 20 inches. It's extremely accurate. We had no problems getting this thing out to 300 yards, which is a pretty good shot for 300 Blackout. And it does all this at a price that won't break the bank. We have a full review of the Elf Owl in the works, and you won't want to miss that. Next up on the list, if you have access to a range with any real distance to it, there is nothing more rewarding than shooting long range with the round that turns everybody into a sniper, 6.5 Creedmoor. And in this case, we're using the Bergara Ridgeback.
There it is. Sweet. Well done, Josh. Got 1,000.
Shooting long range is a ton of fun and it is extremely rewarding. And being able to get a shot on at 1,000 yards is a huge accomplishment for any shooter. I'm very happy to say that all three of the guys that came out from Town & Country Ford were able to get shots on a man-sized target at 1,000 yards and the Shepard scopes with the dual reticle system. Bergara builds absolutely exceptional rifles, and I'm not sure that there is a rifle company out there that gives you more value for your dollar right now than Bergara. The Shepard scope is also a huge help, especially for people that are new to long-range shooting. It has this really unique reticle in it that basically makes it so you don't have to dial the scope. We're going to have a full review on the Shepard scopes coming up soon, so be looking for that. You might be sitting there asking yourself, what exactly is a Ford tremor? Well, a Ford tremor is for the guy that is seriously overcompensating and suffering from a midlife crisis at the same time. No, a Ford Tremor is a sport package for the F-250. It's kind of for the guy that wants a Raptor but can't have a Raptor because it doesn't tow enough for his day job. And I know a lot of you are going to be really surprised by this, but I do have a day job and I need a truck that can tow significantly more than, say, 10,000 pounds every day. What you get is you get a little lift, you get some blacked out rims, the truck comes with 35s on it, it just overall has a sportier appearance, and obviously I'm a huge fan because I bought one. When I found out Ford was offering them, I contacted my buddies down at Town & Country Ford, who I've been doing business with for I think over 10 years now, and they were able to locate one for me. So I went down there and signed over my firstborn son, my kidney, and my left arm. Couldn't give my right arm, I need that one for shooting, and I have a new Ford Tremor. If you live in the central Alabama area, I couldn't recommend a dealership more than Town & Country Ford. And let me know in the comments section, do you want to see a review of the Ford Tremor on this channel? A few people have been asking for it and it's something we're thinking about doing, so let me know. All right, back to the guns and our countdown. We are at number 2 of my top 5 favorite guns to shoot at the range, and we've already had one 300 Blackout, but if you've got suppressors, it's just really hard to beat 300 Blackout. So coming in at number 2, I've got a good semi-automatic 300 Blackout, and in my opinion, the current best semi-automatic 300 Blackout is the Q Honey Badger. This is one of these guns that you almost have to pick up and hold to really appreciate. It's so lightweight, yet at the same time, it is every bit as tough as it needs to be to do everything you could ever possibly want to do with it. It was an instant hit with the guys from Town & Country Ford. Their biggest problem was how they were going to convince their wives that they needed a Q Honey Badger. People always ask me what makes the Honey Badger so special. Number 1, the weight. 4 pounds, 8 ounces. Number 2, the size. 20 inches collapsed, 25 inches extended. 3, barrel twist. Barrel twist makes a big deal in 300 Blackout, and Q is using a 1 in 5 twist. And they're the guys that developed 300 Blackout, so if they say that's what you should go with, I'm going to go with that. 4, the collapsible stock. Nobody has one quite like Q that is as light as Q's. And 5, there are actually a ton of other small upgrades that make this gun so unique and so great at the same time. All right, we're down to my number 1 favorite gun to take to the range and shoot. And a lot of you probably saw this coming from a mile away, but it is the HK MP5 or SP5 or other variant. There are a few guns that are as iconic or historic as the MP5, and even fewer that when you actually get to shoot one live up to that hype. The roller delayed blowback operating system is extremely smooth and pleasant to shoot. That, coupled with the soft recoil of the 9mm round, makes for an extremely enjoyable gun to shoot. Anyone who's ever picked one up and shot one of these knows what I'm talking about, and it gets even better when you add a suppressor. The ergonomics of the MP5 were just so far ahead of its time because this gun was designed in the 60s and is still relevant today. Very few other firearms can make that claim. Also, I'm not sure there is another submachine gun or firearm that has been fielded by more militaries and law enforcement agencies worldwide than the Heckler & Koch MP5. Alright guys, there you have it. Those are my top 5 favorite guns to bring to the range and just have a good time shooting. Tell me where I got it wrong. Tell me where I got it right. What would you have put on the list? What would you have taken off the list? I could have easily made a list of 10, but I wanted to keep the video nice and short because there's a bunch of good guns that I would have liked to include in this video. Also, a huge thanks goes out to the guys from Town & Country Ford. 1, for getting me hooked up with a great new truck, and 2, for coming out and shooting. Go check out their YouTube channel, give them a sub. They have got tons of cool trucks and everything going up over there all the time. Go check them out. Guys, as always, thank you so much for watching, and be sure to subscribe to our channel because we have a bunch of big reviews coming up that you won't want to miss. Want to find out what those reviews are way before they hit the YouTube channel? Check us out on Instagram and Facebook. There you can see what's being reviewed in real time. If you want to help support Alabama Arsenal, the best possible way to do that is on Patreon. Every little bit helps and is greatly appreciated. There's also Alabama Arsenal gear available right below the video if you want to go out and represent. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching.